Hey everyone, and welcome to this series where we ask disabled people their thoughts on travel, particularly with a disability and considerations in this COVID-19 world that we're living in now. And in this first episode, we asked these individuals, have they flown since the pandemic started? And what are the most significant concerns that they have, traveling at the moment? So let's find out and see what they have to say.
No, I have not flown.
No, the last time that I travelled was back in February. I went to Basel in Switzerland.
No, I haven't flown since the pandemic started.
No, I haven't flown since the pandemic started.
Yes, I have recently flown since the pandemic started.
No, I haven't flown since the pandemic started.
Still a no on that one. I would possibly be a maybe, but I'm definitely more of a no, unfortunately.
Maybe. If this virus goes on for a long time and there's no vaccine for a long time, I'm really missing flying and going abroad at the moment. And so I would start to feel, I don't want to say taking risks, but maybe more in the direction of checking the safety and the guidances. And if I feel that things are safe enough, then I would take that educated risk, if you like. So it's not a yes and it's not a no, it's a maybe.
To be honest, I don't really know much about what's been put in place other than masks and cleaning. So I might consider flying abroad without a vaccine. I'd need more information.
Absolutely, I would consider going overseas. I think particularly on board the aircraft is not the sector of the journey that I'm concerned about with travelling without a vaccine. I will be honest, I would be concerned about what was happening once I got to my destination. But I think with the proper research, I would not hesitate with going overseas.
On this passport from 10 days in Europe, I flew into Prague. I got a train to Vienna, Salzburg, Budapest, and then flew home. Going back to the airport for the first time in 6 months felt a bit strange at first, but I quickly got used to it. I go back into the habit of things. In Europe, things are a lot more relaxed. There's very little social distancing. You can go into bars, talk to people as normal, so stuff like that. So I found it quite relaxed.
No, I don't think I'd want to take the risk.
Well, actually, I'm not so worried about the airport experience and the aircraft because I know they have great filters, good sanitary processes and procedures, physical distancing. The bit that puts me off is going to another country with a different language and a different healthcare system and getting unwell at that point. That is the bit that is actually holding me back from getting on an aircraft right now.
So with air travel, I feel like it's going in at the airport with lots of people. You're on an aeroplane where it's very difficult to socially distance. I have to be lifted by two people very close, so that poses a risk of close proximity to other people. Pretty concerned about the whole thing, and also even where I fly to. It would, I'd need quite a big reason of where I'm at, what the destination is, to go through that kind of risk. So, the concerns would be, as I had at the beginning, just at home, around contracting the virus and transferring the virus and ultimately not getting it, basically, and not passing it on.
My main concern, I think, would be close contact with the assistant staff, how many other people they've been in contact with that day, how track and trace is working there. Particularly, I've managed most of my own transfers, but sometimes I do need a lift. So, that close contact, how is that going to work in a socially distanced way?
It isn't actually flying on board the aircraft that puts me off travelling. It's more that the places I'm going to, I'm more concerned about travel insurance and things like that when I land.
So there you have it. Clearly, flying is still a major concern for people with a disability, and it appears that maybe they might not still be flying until there is a vaccine. One or two individuals there that might consider with more information being available. It's still a challenge that the industry, I think, is looking into, but definitely the airlines are, the main point of contact for that information. Also, it seems that when people travel abroad, that's one of the biggest concerns. Are they going to be on the quarantine list? What's the healthcare system like? There are also factors that are stopping people from flying. Not so much what's been going on board in terms of social distancing and stuff like that. But clearly, again, there's a couple there that are concerned about close proximity with special assistant staff within the airports as well. So maybe that needs to be conveyed a bit more clearer out to the community to encourage them to flying. So hopefully that was useful. And I think the other interesting point as well is that risk appetite for people to fly. You can I might have the same disability as somebody else, but I might be willing to fly versus the other individual. And so clearly, going forward, I think people will be making decisions based on their own personal risk and why they want to get away and how important that is to them versus the risk of the coronavirus. So it raises some really interesting points. So there you have it.